what a car to live with on a daily basis. I have been living with this car couples of days ago. It has been a lovely time living with this car as I end up adapting or falling in love with this small hatchback. Let me introduce you to the road trip with 2024 Toyota Starlet XI entry level. I don't even know if I should say I took this car for a road trip or I took this baby for a vacation. But all I can say is that I have been having a great time with this small hatchback. In this video, we're gonna be looking at driving experience of this entry-level Starlet and how it feels and how it works to live with entry-level hatchback from Toyota. This is Thavhani Mall. That's where we started our trip going to Tshakhuma Mall. Confirmation that this is Toyando is that many elephants around the big pot and the cycle. There's also a couple of things that we're gonna be looking at from this entry level, like driving experience, driving sitting position, and also practicality and how does it work on a daily basis for someone who's taking this car from home to work every day, and also fuel consumption of this car and how this car drive inside the city and how this drive on a highway or national road, even doing comparison between which one is better, driving on a highway or national road or driving on a city roads. But I end up pushing it little harder on a gravel road to see if this will work for someone who has a little bit of gravel using a Starlet, or if you are thinking to buy this small hatchback and use it on a road like gravel, a little bit, and a tar road. Where does it work better? Does it suffocate or does it work better with those roads? After receiving the car and use it for couples of days, I end up taking it for a road trip or for a vacation. From Toyando to Tshakhuma Mall, from Tshakhuma Mall to Nkuna Kraal Mall, from Kraal Mall to Louis Trichardt or Makhado Crossing Mall. After that, I took it to mountain of Louis Trichardt, straight to a place called Avoca Vale. That's where I ended up taking a sleep or taking my rest, because driving a manual car on a national road and also inside the city, it's a struggle. I think it's much better for those who use automatic, but for fuel consumption is the way to go. Yes, it is really tiring to use a manual car, like really changing up, changing down, changing up, changing down, changing the gears and the throttle. That job is not for the weak, especially if we are driving over 5 hours or 3 hours and more. It's really a job, and at some point you need to rest, and really resting for 8 hours, because driving with manual, it's need attention, it's need your all focus on the road. Here we are on our first checkpoint, which is Tshakhuma Mall. I think at some point these people have done a great job with malls. All thanks to Toyota for giving us Apple CarPlay. It was so easy to use a map from Apple. This was so fantastic, and it makes me drive much better knowing where the roads turn and where the roads are heavy. It was giving me more peace to drive with Apple CarPlay. At some point when I was driving, I used to drive a little faster, but when I see a curve from the map, that's where I reduce my speed. It helped a lot. Having an Apple CarPlay on a car, I think all these brands or all these companies that produce cars in South Africa should make it a must to give us a car with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Now this was our way straight to Nkuna Kraal Mall. I did this vacation or road trip on Saturday, and luckily enough the road was so clear to a point where if you are a person who drive faster over the speed limit, it was easy for you to get bored and push your car over 120 km per hour or over the speed limit for a certain roads. There was really no cars traveling on these roads. Here we are, arrived on another checkpoint, which is Nkuna Kraal Mall. The way I was driving, I thought maybe Nkuna is very far. But I was so surprised, and I was like, oh, now we are here. We even get to this place so fast to a point where I was still asking myself, Auntie, how fast I was driving. Oh, look at this mall. It looks so beautiful. It's like a landscaping, not really the mall that we usually know. This one has made to another level. It's not a big mall, it's small, but the engineer who did this mall should be given another money as a bonus. He did a great job, or she did the greatest job. As you can see, we didn't take much time because we had another checkpoint to reach, which was Louis Trichardt or Makhado Crossing Mall. We didn't waste our time. We just get straight to the car and hit the road to Louis Trichardt. I've been driving this car for almost an hour now, and so far the driving position of this car is much better. It's like Polo Vivo or each and every hatchback that you can get under the budget cars, except that from this car you get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which makes life so simple. As you can see, I have my maps and let me say everything. And the only thing that you will get, it's noise, the soundproofing. So far this car, it doesn't have that much soundproofing when it comes to noise. And I think if you went back and read or watch my videos, you can find out that I said a lot about this car as a budget car, and except as just a car, I said a lot about the engine, that it makes a lot of noise. I'm nearly changing on 2.5 RPM, and I change fast because this car, when you reach almost 2000 RPM, it makes a lot of noise. Because this is a rebadged Suzuki. It's a Starlet, and luckily enough, this is another Starlet. But I'm driving the latest model than that one. And another thing that you can get from this Starlet, it's the noise of transmission. I wonder how people drive this car when they are using automatic for speed. I always finish this gear so fast to a point where I will be even trying to look if I did finish the gears. But so far, I will update you as I'm living with this car for almost the whole weekend. I will be driving this car. I will tell you even the fuel consumption and what else, what can you like and what can you dislike from this car. The landscaping from Nkuna to Elim. This road, it was so clear, but it was so beautiful and entertaining to drive over this mountain or these hills. And the road was looking so beautiful. I don't know if it was the sun or whatever, but it was nice to drive or to do a road trip around Limpopo. Now we arrived at another checkpoint, which was Elim Mall. I never step out of the car. I just arrived to the destination and right another destination. But it was really amazing to reach this destination without any problems in terms of traffic and also those traffic patrol. All along on this day, I never pass any roadblock or any traffic patrol people. I wonder where they are. Difference from taking this car on a city drive and on a national road drive is that when you push it to 120 km per hour, obviously it will chow a little bit of petrol, but when you are driving on a flat surface, it's much better rather than driving on a hills or on a mountain. I saved a lot of petrol, and I think this car is good for both driving on a city and driving on a national road. Just make sure that you stay under speed limit all the time, because it will save you a lot of petrol and it will save you from dangerous situation. As you reach 120 km per hour, you will feel that the car is no longer safe. It will tell you by vibration, even not by vibration, you will feel a lot of noise over 120 km per hour. But at some point, it's worth it to push it from 120 to 140 to 160 whenever you are overtaking another car. But when you pass the car, go back to the speed limit. Guys, driving a GP car, it's an advantage. When I was pushing my car to 100 km per hour and 120, each and every people, they were opening a road for me. And I used to get this from Limpopo. Shout out to people from Limpopo for opening road for me. Every time when I reach a guy in behind or a lady in behind, they always try to open road for me and I pass. We arrived at another checkpoint, which was Louis Trichardt or Makhado Crossing Mall. Shout out to my PA. For the first time in our channel, we got a PA. Shout out to my PA for taking this content while I was driving. It wasn't gonna be possible without a PA. So it was my PA who told me to go around and then take this big Makhado Crossing Mall letters. I think my PA did a great job here. Next time, my PA has to get a payment. This is where we search our last destination, which was Avoca Vale. As I'm used to this township, I just told my PA to go and get a lunch at this McDonald's drive-through. From there we enter the N1 National Road, going up the mountain, taking this baby on the mountain straight to Avoca Vale. I thought maybe with this naturally aspirated 1.5 liter engine it will have a leg of power, but I was so surprised. 77 kilowatts, it's good enough from taking you from point A to point B without any troubles. This national road, it's always clean because it was almost a sunset. I guess this was the great landscaping and beautiful content. Another thing, there was not a lot of trucks on this national road. I was just cruising nicely. In terms of fuel consumption, when I reached to my destination, which was Avoca Vale, I got out that I only lose 1 bar from this Starlet entry level. I didn't believe it very well, but yes, it was only 1 bar, which was not even a quarter. And I drive almost 100 kilometers because I was driving on a flat surface. I guess that was makes me to save a lot of petrol, and plus I was driving under speed limit of each and every road. Some road was 80 km per hour, some was 100 km per hour. So far I was happy with my numbers, and I guess I was under 4.9 to 5.0 liter per 100 kilometers. Here we are on the last destination called Avoca Vale, and this is where I took this baby for a vacation. This is where I rest, I take my sleep, my 8 hours, and after that we will see what will happen tomorrow with this baby, if I take it to another road trip or if I take it somewhere else. But the landscaping on the top of mountains of Louis Trichardt, it was very beautiful. Even this place, I thought it was not going to be that beautiful, but hey, you should travel in Limpopo. It's much beautiful. There is a lot of landscaping around these places. I get to the parking, and after that I took my bags straight to the room and I bath and sleep, waiting for another day. Today I've been driving Toyota Starlet XS. It's been a great time, and I'm starting to adapt some of few things from this car. With Apple CarPlay, it makes this car to be easy, and I have been driving this car with the aircon on since I have been it have been on my hands. So far in this video, we're gonna be talking about the practicality in terms of driving experience, and also fuel consumption. With aircon on, I don't know much and how much it will cost us to fill this, because so far it has only reduced 1 bar. The rest I will update you tomorrow or on the next video. If this content was useful to you and you really enjoyed this content, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment, and spread the word that there is someone somewhere who is trying to make you know some places and some things that you don't know at automotive. Take care until the next one.